It's winter. I was born in winter. Have you ever experienced a Korean winter? It feels as if the cold freezes you all the way down to your lungs. When Siberian air sweeps down over the Korean peninsula, the humidity makes the cold harsher than in many other countries. There's a reason long padded coats become a national uniform. Back in the 1970s, when hospitals weren't as common in Korea, I was born at my grandmother's house. When my due date passed and I still didn't come out, the midwife suggested placing a banknote on my mother's belly. Whether it was coincidence or not, it worked, and I left my warm, cozy world to meet the fiery heat of the ondol floor. People believe that money, handled by countless hands, carried human energy, and that superstition probably inspired the idea. Very fitting for a country steeped in folk beliefs, considering that nurses sometimes press on a mother's belly during childbirth. Borrowing invisible hands doesn't seem too far-fetched. When I came to Canada, one of the first things that puzzled me was the short winter break. Only 2 weeks. I couldn't believe it. In a country with such a long winter, just 2 weeks? I still don't understand it. In Korea, summer vacation is 1 month and winter vacation is 2. When vacation started, elementary school kids received a workbook called Dangun 생활. It was filled with assignments and daily journals we had to submit when school reopened. I remember playing nonstop all vacation, then crying the day before school started as I tried to finish everything. Because picture diaries required weather descriptions, I would dig through old newspapers at home or squeeze my brain trying to remember what the weather had been like weeks earlier. Looking back, it was probably just snowy or cloudy, so why was I so stressed? It makes me laugh now. Winter becomes even more brutal in middle and high school because of school uniforms. Wearing a skirt and thin stockings in the freezing cold is a misery I never want to relieve. And if it snowed and you slipped, your skirt would flip up and humiliation was guaranteed. My mom always bought the cheapest things, so the maroon-colored underpants she got me, neither black nor discreet, turned a teenage girl into an 80-year-old grandmother in an instant. All I could think was, please let vacation come soon. In university, I spent every vacation glued to the floor of my room, living the ultimate homebody life. My mom's nagging, telling me to go outside, was just background noise. The world outside the blanket is dangerous. As an adult with a job, you become a character from Missing, trudging through snow no matter what to get to work. And in Canada, unlike the winter 3 years ago, when snow piled up starting in October. Now it doesn't snow until well into November. Living here, I've learned that there are many kinds of snow. Big fluffy flakes you can see clearly. Tiny styrofoam like pellets, sleet mixed with rain. And then there's the dangerous kind that turns everything into an ice package. Trees, sidewalks, cars, everything becomes encased in ice beads. On days like that, I strap on the cheap crampons I bought at Dollarama. I'd love to stay home, but I have mouths to feed. So I leave my frozen car in the outdoor lot and walk to get groceries. Through the park, past the houses, toward the mall. Aside from the occasional squirrel, there's not a single person in sight. It's so nice that no one's around. And to open the frozen window, I have to chip away at the ice like this. Not with an ice pick, just a single. It reminds me of when my friends and I secretly watched Basic Instinct long time ago. The house where my maternal grandmother lived, the place where I was born, my mom used to say that when she woke up in the morning long ago, she would sometimes find tiger footprints on the wooden floor of the veranda. There were even stories in the village about people being dragged away by tigers. The Korean peninsula, once a paradise for tigers, has now become a paradise for water deer. During the Japanese colonial era, tigers were hunted so aggressively that they eventually disappeared from the peninsula. Some people even claim that because of tigers, certain scent-related genes in Koreans vanished over time. Whatever the truth is, tigers undeniably shaped Korea, its culture, its psyche, and even its humor. But then, why are we considered descendants of a bear, not a tiger?
Long, long ago, when the sky and the earth had not yet fully separated, there lived a heavenly being named Hwan-in. His son, Hwan-ong, often gazed down at the human world with deep curiosity. The wind brushing across the plains, the rivers flowing beneath the mountains, everything about the human realm fascinated him. Over time, a desire grew within him. He wanted to descend and help shape a better world for humankind. Hwan-in understood his son's longing. One day, he handed Hwan-ong 3 heavenly seals and said, "These hold the authority of heaven. If you truly wish to build the world you dream of, go down to the foot of Mount Taebaek." With those words, Hwan-ong descended from the heavens with 3,000 followers, parting the clouds as he entered the human world. He settled beneath a sacred tree and established Shinsi, the city of the gods, where he governed 360 aspects of human life. The spirits of wind, rain, and clouds assisted him, and gradually the world began to take shape and order. One day, a bear and a tiger came to Hwan-ong. Both wished to become human. Hwan-ong gave them mugwort and garlic and said, "If you eat only these and avoid sunlight for 100 days, you will gain a human body." The tiger gave up halfway, unable to endure the trial. But the bear persevered and, at last, transformed into a woman, Ong-nyo. Ong-nyo had become human, but she was alone. She prayed earnestly for a child. Moved by her sincerity, Huanong took her as his wife, and soon a child was born. That child was Dangun Wanggum, the one who would later found the ancient kingdom of Go-Joseon. Dangun established his capital in Pyongyang and named the nation Joseon. BC 2333. He taught his people agriculture, governed with fairness, and held rituals to honor heaven and maintain harmony between the divine and the earthly realms. After many years, he withdrew to Asadao and, according to legend, became a mountain spirit.